Hi there. I'm gonna show my Nintendo DS collection now, I guess. I'll start with the Japanese stuff. Some of them are exclusives, like this one, Tales of Hearts. It's a Tales game, as you can see. Yeah, I don't... One of them's there's two different versions of Tales of Hearts on the DS. This is the CG version. It has cutscenes or something. Then there's an English version of this, but it's Super Robot Tyson something or other. One of the only decent fighting games on the system is Dragon Ball. Yeah, that one. This Club Nintendo exclusive. I'm pretty sure Japan exclusive. Tingle's Balloon Fight. I think that's what that is supposed to say. Umihara Kawase, I think, is the name of this. It's Japan exclusive. There's a Super Famicom version of this too, but I think this is... I forget which version of the game this is, because it's on the PS1 also, but yeah, I played that for a bit. It's an interesting game. This is a Chibi Robo game. There's one in the States, Park Patrol, but this one's apparently supposed to be better, but we didn't get it. It's more like the first Chibi Robo game. There's an English version of this, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2. 1 and 2 are both on the DS. It's kind of like more of a Pokemon-esque version of Dragon Quest. Super Mario 64 DS, Japanese version. Mario Hoops 3-on-3 Japanese version. And Pokemon Dash. And then as far as English games go, there's a few here. A few stacks, I guess. Well, there's another Club Nintendo game, Game & Watch Collection 2. Of course, there's a first one, but I don't have it yet. Kirby Mass Attack. There's a few Kirby games on the system, like 4-ish. But there's that one. Metroid Prime Pinball, which has a Rumble Pack. That just goes in the GBA slot. So I guess you can't really use that on the DSi or whatever. Valkyrie Profile. Covenant of the Plume. It's a good game. Okami Den. Like Okami on the Wii or PS2, but except it's different. Oh yeah, it's supposed to use the touch screen pretty well, so that makes sense for a game like that. Metroid Prime Hunters. This is pretty heavy for some reason. I don't know, it's just let's see. I think there's extra stuff in there. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, the first one. They came out on the Game Boy Advance in Japan, but we didn't get it till the DS. Diddy Kong Racing DS. Super Mario New Super Mario Brothers. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Phantom Hourglass. Probably the only other decent fighting game on the system is Ultimate Mortal Kombat. There's even Puzzle Combat and whatnot. Hotel Dusk, Room 215. Some kind of detective game. Mystery game. Looks kind of neat, so I got it. Custom Robo Arena. Custom Robo is a pretty good series, but don't think there's been any in a while that I know of. But there's that one. Yoshi's Island DS. I think the reviews aren't even great for this, but I remember it being fine, at least when I was young and didn't really think too hard about it. WarioWare Touched is pretty good. It's not the only WarioWare on the DS, but it's the only one I've played, and it was a lot of fun. Might be Ashley's debut, I don't know. Soul Bubbles is apparently a Toys R Us exclusive, or was. I probably got it off eBay. But it's one of the games that actually like uses the mic. You blow into it to navigate the levels and whatnot. Try not to blow with a bubble into spikes and stuff. And Devil Survivor is pretty well regarded. Some may even call it a masterpiece. It's a Shin Megami game. So, you know, can't be that bad. Well, I know it's like more of the grid-based fighting stuff, but it's an RPG and it's fun. There's a second one too, but I just have this one so far. Final Fantasy 3 is the actual Final Fantasy 3, I think, not Final Fantasy 6. This is my only sealed DS game at the moment. Trauma Center Under the Knife. It's like, you know, you use the touch screen to try not to kill people when you're doing operations on them. Children of Mana for display only box, apparently. I forgot about that, but yeah, it's a decent game, pretty sure. Final Fantasy Tactics A2. If it's anything like the GBA one, it should be pretty good. Canvas Curse, another Kirby game. It's like Rainbow Curse on the Wii U, except it's the first one. So yeah, use the stylus on the touchscreen to help Kirby navigate. I think there's some mini games on there too. Bomberman Land Touch 2. I got this game because it looked good. It's Bomberman and it seems to be relatively rare. I think the second one's a little less common than the first one. But yeah, kind of had to have that. Mega Man Zero Collection. So it's gonna have multiple, 2D platformers on it. So, lots of fun to be had if you like Mega Man. Oh yeah, and then the first Bomberman Land Touch. They're published by Atlas, so no wonder they're kind of rare. And I just noticed he's holding a stylus, so that's cool. Looks like there's classic Bomberman stuff too. Another... No, I didn't show this yet, just the Japanese one, because I have two English cases for this. Mario 64. Like the 64 Mario 64, except it has more characters and mini games and stuff. Brain Challenge, arguably one of my... Some might call it a filler game, but I thought it was fun. Pack and Roll. It's an alright game. Not sure how proud of it Namco is, but it's fun enough. Final Fantasy IV. Came out around the same time as Chrono Trigger, I think, originally. And it's updated, you know, remastered or remade or whatever. And then a Chrono Trigger, I just don't have the poster right now. Alright, so I finished this. It was one of my favorite games for sure. Partners in Time. It's another good RPG. Bowser's Inside Story might be my favorite, but this one's good too. Nothing wrong with that. Just plain old Bomberman is the name of this. It's just Bomberman for the DS, fairly simple, but fun. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis. I don't know if you can make your own games on levels on this, but yeah, you can. So that's fun, I like those. Golden Sun Dark Dawn, third and last installment in the Golden Sun series. I haven't actually played this yet, but might be underrated from what I've read. Professor Layton, I don't like care for super duper much, but I mean, I like these types of games normally. I just haven't really gotten into it much yet. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 1. English version, obviously. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon's supposed to be a remake of the first Fire Emblem game. It's the only one on the DS. See, there's Marth. Kind of looks like the same as he does in Smash. Probably don't have to space your moves, you just hit the button and he does it, so that's cool. Dragon Quest IX was originally made just for the DS, or that's where it came out. I don't know if it's on other systems, but I know like it was made for the DS or whatever. It's published by Nintendo and all that, so. Another RPG. Resident Evil Deadly Silence is the first Resident Evil game, I believe. Just made for the DS. Alright, and then another cool RPG, Neo The World Ends With You. Or this is just called The World Ends With You. Welcome to Shibuya. It's like an RPG with a different setting than most RPGs, I guess. It just kind of takes place in modern Japan, I think. You get to use the touchscreen and all that, so it couldn't really be on other systems very easily. One of the two Advanced Wars games on the DS, Days of Ruin. I might have the other one loose, but I'll check later. But I know this got pretty good reviews. Rhythm Heaven I bought as part of a lot. Rhythm games, not much to talk about there. There's just going to be a bunch of different types of random mini games. Brain Age is Brain Age. I think that came out of the same lot. I mean, it's fun, honestly. Pokemon Troze. This is just when I was trying to buy every Pokemon game just to have them. Then, of course, Pearl. Diamond, I'm glad I bought these when I did. Conquest apparently came from GameStop. Just another Pokemon game I wanted, because it was Pokemon. Animal Crossing Wild World. I played this a decent amount. It's just as fun as any other Animal Crossing game. I mean, they're all, like, similar. So. Mario Party DS was a lot of fun, actually. I think it was a good Mario Party game. There's a single-player campaign and stuff, too. But it's a lot, like, it's an actual Mario Party game, unlike the one for the GBA. Soul Silver, I don't have Heart Gold yet. I didn't even get a chance to put that many hours into this yet. Not for resale, so it must have came out of the big box version or something. Explorers of Time, I have Darkness 2. Or whichever one's the alternate version of Darkness. But yeah, you get to be a part of Wigglytuff's guild and that. Alright, Blue Rescue Team. Mystery Dungeon games I actually think are quite good. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games was fun because my brother had like either a world record or close to it. And I was like 4th in short track or something, I don't know. And then Nano Stray. I know you just see Nano, but it's Nano Stray. There's the second one on the DS, and then there's one on the 3DS too. And I mean, you gotta have at least one shoot 'em up on the system. The Contra 4 at the time was the 20th anniversary. Interesting. Contra. Scourge, the Hive, is on the JBA also. But for whatever reason, I wanted the DS version. It just looked like a good game. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. There's still one Castlevania game I'm missing, which is Order of Ecclesia. But at least I get this in Dawn of Sorrow. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I think this is technically the best rated game on the system. There's also just not many rated M games on the system. There's a handful, but it's not a crap ton. Contact. People have compared it, or at least said it's inspired by Earthbound. I don't think the reviews were amazing, but like people like it, so. Sands of Destruction, a Sega RPG. There's also Phantasy Star, but this is different. Like traditional turn-based stuff. Final Fantasy 12 on the DS. There's actually like cutscenes and stuff that look decent. Disgaea DS. It's just Disgaea. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2, the English version. The only thing is the case is like, I can easily just swap it into a different case, but yeah, this is kind of an expensive game, and then Metal Slug 7 comes with the slipcover, which is cool. I think there's a version that comes with a CD too, but yeah, Metal Slug's cool. SNK. Tetris DS. I like Tetris a lot, so I had to get this. I think there's another Tetris game on the DS too, but this might be more traditional, which I like. Then this weird thing that's just a Nintendo DS browser, or you put it in the GBA slot, and it would allow you to connect to the internet. I think there's a couple different versions of it. One of the more expensive games, Black Sigil. I know people don't really think super highly of it, but if it came out like 10 years before, you know, it would have gotten better reviews because that's the kind of style it has and whatnot. People just think it's unnecessarily like limited, like it belongs on the Super Nintendo, like they could have done more on it since it's on the DS, but I mean that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it as a game. Kirby Superstar Ultra. I mean, pretty awesome Kirby game, if you ask me. Filler game, Pets Hamsters 2. I don't have this on purpose, I just do. One of my favorite games, Bowser's Inside Story. Yeah, you just, a lot of the time you're either inside Bowser as Mario and Luigi, or you're playing as Bowser and doing stuff on the overworld. Mario Kart DS. I don't have the red case version of this, but I mean it's the same game. But yeah, this is a lot of fun actually. One of the better Mario Kart games, even though they're all good. Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. Even though this isn't one of the stronger entries in the series, I still really love Monkey Ball, so it's still, like, I still like it, you know? Big Brain Academy, I spent a lot of time trying to get the platinum medals and whatnot. Forget how heavy Dr. Loeb's brain is, but eventually if you try hard enough, you can top him. This other puzzle game, Sudokuro, it's, you know, you play one of two popular puzzle games. I got this for like probably next to nothing. I just like, I didn't know if it was good or not, I just got it, and it's fine. Nothing special, of course, but... Then there's another Mario 64 DS, but I only have one cartridge. Sonic Classic Collection. It has Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. Pokemon Rangers, kind of whatever, but I mean, there's more than one. There's more than just this one, but this is the only one I have. Tries to use the touchpad. It was just okay at best. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem was a good one. I don't know if it's better than... I don't know which one's better between this and the second one, but they're both good, especially since you can make levels and get creative like that. Harvest Moon DS. I used to like collecting Harvest Moon games, but I probably wouldn't really care today, but back then I did, so I have it. Explorers of Darkness. I got pretty far and then I died and lost a bunch of, like, progress and items and stuff, so I didn't feel like continuing at the time, but I was enjoying the story and stuff, actually. Okay, I thought I only had one Ranger game, but apparently I got Guardian Signs, too. Alright. Black version 2 is pretty expensive now, I think, but I got it when it came out. It was one of the last, or at least, as far as first-party games go, one of the last DS games. And then, you know, the other black 2, white 2. White version. White version's where I found my first shiny Pokemon, which was a sock. I didn't even know it was shiny until I caught it and looked at it. Black version. In case you want Reshiram, I guess. And then, so, I already went through all of these. Oh yeah, and then there's one more in box, which is Photo Showdown. I just thought it was interesting because it's a DSi exclusive and I didn't have one yet. And then, also... anyway. It's a white cartridge. Obviously that's because it's a DSi exclusive, they just felt like doing it that way. And then, I'll just show my loose games real quick. Dementium 2, I need the case. Bangai-O, which is like a shoot 'em up, and you can make levels and stuff. And then, other loose games, Dragon Quest IV, not cheap actually. Spirit Tracks, Phantasy Star Zero, Squeak Squad, Yoshi Touch and Go, which is like one of the launch games, pretty sure. Advance Wars Dual Strike, alright, I do have it, and then... Alright. Well, I'm pretty sure that's all I have for DS, so, see ya.